A very warm welcome to Newsfeed on this 11th day of March 2023. You're just in time for the lunchtime news, and we have so much lined up for you on our bulletin this afternoon. Remember, you can always interact with us on our social media handles indicated at the bottom of your screen. Now, with that said, my name is Dennis Otieno. I trust you're doing well. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, on to our top story this afternoon. The Azimio Brigade has taken its anti-government rally to Narok County and are expected to stops at the Ewaso Nyiro Market, Nteli Market, among other regions in Narok. Now, on Friday, Raila led the Azimio coalition rally in Migori County, where he said he will soon unveil a list of products to be boycotted. The ODM boss said a number of companies are being misused by President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza administration and must be shunned by opposition supporters. Let's now get to hear the expectations of Narok residents.
Nasema hivi kwa hii serikali yetu, msikilizane ili tusiumie, kwa sababu ni sisi ndio mtatuumiza. Mkienda parallel mtatuumiza. Lakini kwa Kenya hatuwezi pata haki kwa sababu wanataka haki. Na huyu mzee amegombania haki kwa muda. Kwa hivyo tunataka hata yeye kama ako na haki yake apate haki, apewe hiyo haki yake. Lakini kama ameshindwa atosheke. Sisi tunaomba tuwe pamoja, tuwe kitu moja kama wana Kenya, tusiumie, tusipataike na maisha yetu. Sasa sisi tunaomba nyinyi wa Kenya na president tunaomba utuchukishie kila kitu. Kama vitu wewe umepata hiyo mamlaka, vitu imekuwa juu sana. Sasa tunaomba utupunguzie ili hiyo gharama ipunguze, kwa sababu maisha ni kali, ukame ni mingi saa hii kwetu.
Ni kama Wasonyero na pia msana kuja Raila. Na unaona kutoka msee apatia vijana afanya kazi. Hii kama rais amechukua give time, wacha apatie nafasi kazi.
Now, our report on ground, they will be following up on that story and they will be updating us further on it as it develops in our subsequent bulletins. But moving on, TRT Member of Parliament William Kamket and leaders from West Pokot County have issued a stern warning to opposition leader Raila Odinga's decision to lead countrywide mass action rallies. The leaders have asked Odinga to stop misleading Kenyans. West Pokot Governor Simon Kashapin, however, rubbished the opposition leader's decision to resist the Kenya Kwanza government, urging Kenyans to focus on their normal business of building the nation. Other leaders present were Cabinet Secretary for Roads and Transport Kipchumba Murkomen, West Pokot Senator Kapenguria Member of Parliament Moroto, and Sigor Member of Parliament Peter Lachakpong.
Na mimi ningeomba wale wanataka exercise their right. Well, they can exercise their right. Lakini waweke inji hii mbele sana, kwa sababu uchaguzi ilifanyika, wananchi wakapiga kura, wale walikuwa na ulalamishi walienda kotini, na pia kotini ikasema kwamba mambo ilikuwa sawa. Nasema tutii sheria ya inji hii.
Ningependa kuambia rais yule alijiapisha 2017 akasamehewa. Akirudia, unajua kurudia kufanya kosa si kosa, si ndio? Lakini kurudia kosa hii jamaa hiyo tarehe 20 ametangaza ati anaenda Nairobi, hata sisi tutakuwa huko. Na akijiapisha, naambia rais this time round he must face the law. There is no other way. That is why we as leaders, what are we teaching these children here?
Mtu ameshindwa kuprove kwa kotini ya kwamba alishinda, na sasa anahangaika ndani ya mabarabara ili apate nini kwa barabara? Kama alishindwa kusema kwa kotini, sasa barabara anahangaika kupata nini? Kwa hivyo tuseme tu yeye ni usee, na akikanyaga hiyo waya ya kujiapisha, basi atamaliza marakwe huko kwa nini chela.
Tunawajua kwa majukumu yao. Wanapotumikia wananchi katika afisi zao, tunawafahamu. Wanapoingia katika majengo haya kutunga sheria, tunaelewa. Lakini je, tunafahamu safari yao ya maisha na walipotoka?
If you build a good relationship.
Ladies and gentlemen, karibuni sana. This is Dr. Frankie tonight. And of course, on to our first guest of the night. An amazing actress, an award-winning actress, one of the top influencers right now, a top brand ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, and a lady who I respect, and of course, I'm proud to call her my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, just listening. Are you ready for something there?
Yes.
You ready, yeah?
Yes.
Give me something, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Kate Kamau, a.k.a. Kate, actress. How much material
It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I'm a lot.
Does it give like, is it like normal time to wear like 10 minutes?
Asha.
Ama like lazima uipangie.
Hii lazima shida ni kwenda kwa choo hiyo tu. Yeah.
But they come to think of it, madam new and madam of a jumpsuit. How do you guys go to the washroom? How do you guys deal with that whole thing?
That's why we go in pairs to the bathroom.
No, men, you'll never find men going to the washroom in pairs. Ati wewe Richie ni aje. Nasikia kusojo, hebu do you see? I think ladies are so privileged. You guys can even call each other boom, babe, sweetheart. Yeah. Imagine now I'm now calling Richie. Richie babe, ni aje. Unakamjobosa ngapi na saxophone?
But we are okay with that.
Never.
Yeah.
Kate, welcome on the show. You are our first guest ever. Piga makofi. Pia tuko na interior design round hii.
Hii ni Wajakoya ama
check relax. Usiseme na nguvu we. Nakada wana watch, nakada.
Ni sponsored.
Let me ask, have you ever tried?
No, what is that?
Eh?
No.
Haujawahi? Under by mistake.
But now I know it because of Wajakoya.
Oh really? So hujaipita kwa campaign ya Wajakoya by mistake ukaisikia? Have you ever tried drugs at any point?
Which one?
You're a clean,
I'm a
good
role
girl.
model.
Role model. Sawa kwa me. Listen, do we have enough role models in the industry anymore? Or because I've seen these days people do their own things. They mess up on social media. Then they come and say, listen, I was not born to be a role model. I'm living my own life. Do you think that is the correct way to handle it?
And I think what Akothe says, I did not choose to be a role model. It's my career that inspired you to give me that title. So you cannot give me the pressure to become a role model. That's how you feel. So that's how you interpret my brand. But I have to live my life. I'm not telling you to live the way I live. You understand? But I know I have a responsibility as a public figure to act in a certain way. But in the same breath, I have to live my life truthfully, being me. If it inspires you, yes.
Well and fine.
If it doesn't, good. Yes.
Let me ask, which is like the most weirdest story you've ever heard about you? Ile mpaka uko like guy. Todie.
Like I'm very mean, I'm a snob. I think I'm too friendly actually. I'm too friendly.
Me, I feel like you choose. You're
not
kumbuka unaongea na best yako. Kumbuka you're talking to your friend.
That's the problem. But to huyo naweza mlenga nikimuona kama ananibo, right? But when to my fans, as in when I meet them on the street, I'm anywhere in public spaces, like I can't. Like, do you understand? Let me tell you why. Yes. Because I also have people I admire and I fangirl all the time. If I met Beyonce, you know,
I know you admire me, but sijai kulenga.
I'd be flattered if I did. I do. So that's the thought process that goes through my head. If I would act the same way, why would I snob someone? But also, I'm human. Maybe you caught me in a moment, niko kwa shopping. Nafanya shopping, niko nafuliza, haiendi through, na unatry kuniongelesha. I'm like, bro, wrong timing. I've had people come to me, my child is sick in hospital and you want us to take a selfie. I can't take a selfie.
And they make you feel like, you know, you owe it to us.
I'm like, nilimwona mpisha kanilenga. I was dying, bro.
But I mean, you already said mpisha.
My child was sick, you know. So we need the empathy, you know. We are human beings.
Na maboy, wanaume, like wana avocado, wana slide ndani ya DM.
I pay no mind.
So una block?
I don't even open.
Ay, guy. So those guys who have been DMing Kate Actress, of course, on social media, just know she's never opened. So wewe wacha ku open up. Some of you mmekuwa hapo ni kama mko kung fu. Mna hi, hiya, hey. Some of you are doing karate inside. Let me ask you have been in the game for a while now.
That's how you know you're old. That's the kind way of telling you you're so old.
Can I call you veteran? Okay, veteran actress, veteran
Legend.
Ayo kuna mtu ananiita legend juu alinikia tena unajua mimi nilianza kuact na mzee Ojwang Vitimbi. So I'm like a legendary doctor. I was like, please don't call me legendary. I'm still very young. Oh my God.
Yeah, true.
I feel like a freedom fighter.
True, but it's true. I've been here for long.
You've been here for long.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first ever role?
Yeah, I've talked about it a million times.
Which one was that?
I was an extra on Mother-in-Law show. An extra, and when I meet only dance, then I go home. But I overdanced until they kept me. I've told that story.
I don't know why I'm not shocked that you overdanced.
Can you act like an interviewer? So I overdanced and I was overpaid. And that's how I started getting
You overdanced, you got overpaid.
Yeah.
Then from there they had to retain you.
Yeah, now I started getting small roles, pole as a secretary, and then that's how I grew into Charlie's wife. Yeah. I've told it a million times, but I have to tell it for, there are people who are not there.
Like for me,
yeah, just the other day my makeup artist was telling me, Jenna. She was like, I admire you. Like when I was in class 4 and I was watching Mother, I was like, Class 4. Wait, Kate. Makeup artist are you class 4? Anaongea tu niko like, okay, Mevusela.
Next to go brand ambassador NSSF ama. I love you.
I accept. I'm aging gracefully.
Guys,
I'm only 35.
35?
Yeah.
That was like class 4. What do you want to employ underage?
And my son is 16.
Your son is 16?
Wait,
16. Hold up. Guys, can you do the calculation? So Kenneth is 35 years. Your son is 16. You need difference here? 18.
19. How do you mathematics?
Na mi hapo nilianguka pongolo kuangalia hiyo hata sasa nidanganye. I have no hope of my family when it comes to maths. Let's understand it, because you wished him a happy birthday was it 2 days ago?
Yeah, he's on a 3rd. So it's like 3 days ago, 3-4 days ago, yeah.
14. So that was at 18 years. That's when you got pregnant.
19.
Well, how has it been being a mom to say mnatosha na height?
Yeah, he's taller now.
Amaye kuangalia zile za mother unadai aje?
Sasa nani?
Subaru ya Mambaro imekaa imejaa.
Itakuja na ijende yeye.
Do you have ever like beaten him?
I'm a kung fu mom. What do you mean?
Mpaka saa hii?
Yeah, ukikaa mbaya na kuingia. Bro.
Violence. Sana so choose violence.
Like I'm that mom. I'm still an African mom. We are very cool with friends.
Yes.
But ukikaa vibaya lazima.
When was the last time mlimchapa?
Hey, it's a long time. We've had our own respect. Like we know our boundaries and stuff.
So you guys actually sit down and talk and have a conversation.
He's very open-minded. Watoto wa siku hizi wanakuambia, no, I honestly feel like, they have opinions which we didn't have. So you have to listen and you have to apologize when you're wrong.
My daughter told me the other day that she doesn't want to eat whatever was cooked. And we had to sit down and actually talk about the options on the table.
Exactly.
And I was so pissed off because United Nations you don't negotiate with a terrorist.
A terrorist, kabisa.
This is a terrorist.
You are no option. Like you sleep hungry.
Lala,
yeah.
In fact, at go out time out. At which time out? Watch ilikuwa moja ya quads.
Exactly. Even my 2-year-old has opinions. She'd be like, Mommy, I'm shouting. Like, Mommy's shouting at me. She has her own opinion. Talk to me nicely. Don't shout.
Now, before we get into the game, now talk to us about your upcoming project. There's something new coming up.
Many. Oh, the film?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I can't talk too much about it.
Yes.
But it's a continuation of something we've done.
All right.
It's Disconnect 2. I'm sure people now are
already
talking about.
Those who watch Disconnect 1, Disconnect 2 is coming.
So 2. So yeah, and I'm pretty...
Member of Parliament Joseph Samal launched 25.5 million shillings bursary program for students in secondary schools that is expected to aid at least 4,326 learners in various secondary schools. Speaking during the launch, Isiolo County Commissioner Geoffrey Omondi assured residents the government will do anything within its purview to curb insecurity and provide food to schools. However, being warned those hiding behind their community bracket and causing insecurity.
Lakini mwaka huu si hakuna. Na inaendelea hivi mpaka ikifika next year hakuna mwananchi atahangaishwa, na tunataka kushukuru ile operation inaendelea pale. Wale wajangili walikimbia hapa kwetu, wameona tumekaa wakali, wamerudi tena huko, wanataka watarudi tena, lakini mimi naomba sisi tukae chonjo ya kusema sasa tuache bunduki, tuchukue kalamu, si ndio? Watoto wetu waende nini? Shule. Ndio basari. Hii mambo ambayo unafanya hapa, baada ya miaka 5 hakuna hii mambo hapo yote itanyamaza kwa sababu watoto wataenda shule.
Tunatakikana tujipange vyetu. Sisi tumepewa pesa we are going to invest around 50 million kwa hii mambo ya basari. Lakini kwa saizi second school tuna target tunapeana 25.5 million kwa hii sherehe ya sahi.
Hawana school fees. Sisi kama wazazi sisi kama chama ya wazazi kuna watoto ambaye tuliweza hata kupeleka shuleni wale wakuwa na mapato, na tunashukuru leo kwa sababu tukiangalia kwa ile basari ameweza kulaunch wengi wamepata
Now, shifting focus to matters education in the coastal region, residents of Jimba village in Kilifi County breathe a sigh of relief after a middle-aged woman embarked on a project to sponsor the education of children from vulnerable families. For Jimba residents, Anziran Chepkony, who works with the Dorothy Karin Foundation, is a blessing in disguise, who will help every child in the area to access the basic right to education, considering a large number of youths were involved in insecurity and drug abuse due to lack of money to fund their education. But Chepkony tells us that the project has faced immense challenges, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic when some donors pulled out.
Kazi yangu ninayoifanya ni kazi ya watoto wadogo. Na watoto wadogo ninafanya kazi hiyo kutoka mtoto mwenye ametoka tumboni mpaka mtoto mkubwa wa miaka 100. Hiyo ni mzee. Kwa nini ninasema hivyo? Nasema hivyo kwa sababu nilisikia uchungu sana wakati sisi watu wa kike tunapatikana kwamba tunapata mimba zenye hatujazitarajia, alafu mtu anaamua anachukua mtoto ananyonga, anachukua mtoto anatupa chooni, anachukua mtoto anaacha kwa nyumba anateketea. Sasa mimi nikasikia uchungu, nikaamua nikamwambia mume wangu ambaye amekuwa supportive kwangu zaidi, nikamwambia mimi naenda kusoma, na nikienda kusoma nikirudi nitakuja tu kuwasaidia watoto wadogo. Sasa kwa hayo yote nikawa kwamba pesa kidogo zenye nilitengeneza nikiwa bado nina nguvu, nikafikiria nianze kulea watoto. Nilipolea watoto, siku moja mchungaji akaja akanipata na akasema ikiwa mnaweza ukajengewa mahali, unaweza kalea hawa watoto vizuri zaidi. Ikabidi nikajitokeza, nikasema kwamba nitalea hawa watoto bure bila kulipisha chochote. Nikaanza kulea, lakini nilianza kuwalelea pale Watamu Blue Bay kwangu nyumbani.
Elsewhere, President William Ruto's 13 billion Pioneer Dam in Gatundu North, Kiambu County might not take off after landowners expected to cede their parcels for the project moved to court seeking its implementation halted. In a petition seen by journalists John Mwangi Kariuki, James Mushai, Willie Githua, Patrick Kariuki, and 485 other affected landowners want the court to declare that the process of implementing construction Darogo 2 Dam project is marred with opacity, lack of information and suppression of free, prior and informed consent, and is thus unconstitutional. Now, the petition against Athi Water Services, National Lands Commission NLC, and China Road and Bridge Corporation, the contractor, also seeks to bar Athi Water staff, agents and employees from trespassing on their land. According to the committee spearheading the anti-project process, the government failed to engage them since the proposal for construction of the dam at Mwimoto, Gataithie, Gatei, Wathathi and Kanjoko villages was made.
We have moved to court because of the much persuasion to the government to deliberate on this matter. The government has been adamant and it has refused to talk to the stakeholders. It has gone beyond and gazetted pieces of land where they intend to construct the dam without the consent, neither public participation. So, as law-abiding citizens, we have decided to launch a legal process, and we've gone to court, filed a constitutional issue for determination. The matter will come up for hearing next Wednesday in the parties for the court to decide, and our prayers are that whatever is happening with Lugo 2 should be stopped until we go the whole process in the legal matter.
We have reasons as to why we are opposing this dam. One of the reasons is the government has not been able to engage fully the people. Even when they come to engage, they just come with predetermined results, predetermined outcome of such meetings. An example is when we were at the Gadaite Chiefs Camp. Already the DCC had called the Other Water Services Board, many government offices, including the Lands Commission, were present. But what all they wanted is for the people to say they.
Now, at least 800,000 Kenyans have not repaid Hustler Fund loans. Despite that, Labour Cabinet Secretary Simon Chelugui says that the credit facility has made it possible to have 22 billion shillings in circulation. He reiterated that the government is targeting to shift the approach to credit facilities in Kenya from security-based to credit score-based. By now, 18 million Kenyans have enrolled with the Hustler Fund. The CS was speaking toward Embu to inspect the ongoing renovation of Moi Stadium that will host the Madaraka Day on June 1st. The CS said his ministry will give SMEs in Kenya the priority because Kenya rides on SMEs. He added that 15 million out of 18 million Kenyans are working under SMEs, which is the informal sector, saying that the biggest challenge that the government is facing is to transition workers in this sector to formal employment.
Kati ya hao milioni 18, milioni 15 ndio wamekopa. Milioni 3 labda wanangoja ile pesa nyingi ambao tunapangia ile mpango wetu wa pili. Lakini mpango wa kwanza kuna Wakenya kama 1800 ambao bado wanakasana, lakini wengine wanaendelea vizuri. Na sisi kama serikali tumefurahi sana kwa sababu tumefikia kona zote Kenya, na naona maisha ya watu kwanza. 6 million people have been freed from CRB and they are now undergoing financial rehabilitation. That is an achievement. The fact that we are moving from collateral and fixed security to credit score is also another indicator of success of this initiative. So we are hoping that in the end we will be able to shift the approach to credit in Kenya from security-based to cost-based. To also emphasize, ask Kenyans, as they borrow through the Hustler Fund, they also save. And in future, we will be moving many Kenyans who retire at 60 and have no money into poverty to social security. They will have something to look up to. They will have something to use after retirement when they hit 60.
Mwezi yote ya Mei. Kwa hivyo maombi yetu yangu kwa watu hapa Hema ambao wako katika wako na mahoteli ndogo ndogo ama kubwa kubwa. Let's start refurbishing. Tuanze kutengeneza hoteli zetu ndio wageni wakija hapa, hakuna haja wageni wakuje hapa waende Nyeri ama waende Chuka ama waende Meru.
Meanwhile, KPA members of Clearing, Forwarding and Logistics have lauded the appointment of Captain William Ruto as the new Managing Director of the Kenya Ports Authority. Captain Ruto, who will serve in the position for the next 3 years, has been appointed by the Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen after an intense recruitment exercise done by the KPA Board of Directors to fill the gap which has been vacant for the last 3 years. The welcoming team has presented their expectations of the new boss, among them to oversee the revival of inactive ports in the country and increased efficiency within the corporation.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
We are looking forward to have streamlined operations at the Port of Mombasa ICDN, ICD Nairobi, and ICD Naivasha. We look forward as a fraternity to working together with Captain Ruto and the KPA and other stakeholders to have smooth cargo clearance services offered to Kenyans and to East Africans.
We will work very closely with him, we will support him, and the idea is, one, to see the port more efficient and more prosperous, the benefit of this country. The economy is not doing very well. One of the major factors that affect economic development in this port, in this country, is port activity. That is international trade. If we fail in getting everything right at the level of port operations and handling, and ports being